The world runs on the experiences you create. Every connection, every live moment, every collaboration. Every performance, every story, every mission-critical decision, every unforgettable fan reaction. Behind all of it is you. But innovation doesn't happen in isolation. It happens when industries collide, when ideas are shared, and technology meets creativity, when people come together. And that place is InfoComm.
Please welcome to the stage Jen Heinold, Senior Vice President, Expositions, Americas, Avixa.
A 4-mile record year, golden notes and Hank's halftime, a pound of noise is a hard fight.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of InfoComm. I am thrilled for what you have in store for you this morning. One of the most exciting trends shaping our industry today is the convergence of technologies that were once managed separately. AV systems, collaboration platforms, network infrastructure, workplace analytics, and AI are increasingly working together to create smarter, more connected environments. That convergence is happening across every market represented here at InfoComm, from corporate enterprise workplace to education, healthcare, hospitality, and retail, and beyond. It is creating new opportunities for our industry to design environments that are more intelligent, more adaptable, and more responsive to the needs of the people who use them. Few people have a better vantage point on this transformation than today's keynote speaker. Espen Loberg is Vice President and General Manager of Collaboration Devices at Cisco. He leads the global business responsible for Cisco's portfolio of video conferencing systems, desk devices, and collaboration technologies. Throughout his career at Cisco, Espen has helped shape the evolution of collaboration technology through one of the most significant periods of change our industry has experienced. His team is helping organizations around the world create workplace experiences that are more connected, more intelligent, and easier to manage. Today, Espen will share Cisco's vision for connected intelligence and what it means for the future of work. That future is building on a foundation of conferencing and collaboration and extending into the spaces themselves. Spaces that are more intelligent, more connected, and more responsive to the people who use them. And that is exactly the kind of conversation InfoComm is built for. This next hour promises to be one of the most exciting, interactive, and inspiring sessions of InfoComm 2026. Please join me in welcoming Espen Loberg to the stage.
Every day, billions of things just work. The lights turn on, the faucet runs, the signal connects. Everything clicks. Billions of times a second. All at once. From the simple things, to the human things, to the connected things that keep life in motion. And now, the intelligent things. In the AI era, reliability is the root of intelligence. Because every model, every inference, every agent depends on the network it runs on. Systems that never sleep, data moving at light speed, compute breathing through trusted networks, security that protects AI and protects against it, and observability that keeps agents accountable. This is where intelligence begins. This is why the world's most critical systems run on Cisco. The infrastructure the world trusts to turn intelligence into impact. Because when everything connects, AI doesn't just work. Humanity thrives. Cisco, the critical infrastructure for the AI era.
Good morning, Las Vegas. Wow, it is great to see all of you today. A lot of new faces and some familiar ones. I'm Espen. I am the VP and GM of Cisco's collaboration devices business, and I can't wait to show you how we are now going to power the modern workplace with connected intelligence. I can promise you multiple live demos. I can promise you prominent guests. So let's get started. First, let me tell you what I love about what I do. And it's less about the technology than many of you might think. More than anything, I care about people. Meaningful connections that inspire me to learn something new, to solve a new problem. Secondly, I will admit that I do care about beautiful things. And my favorite form of art is architecture, how people and space connect. So, what gets me up in the mornings is the excitement of partnering with many of the largest corporations on the planet who have these kind of workspaces that are built for human connection and then make them perform even better by integrating the right technology. It's equally exciting to do the same with state and local governments around the world, integrating technology into beautiful historical buildings like this, even royal palaces. And my passion extends to buildings like this, the Cancer Hospital in Oslo, where I'm from, where it's less about the aesthetics and more about the purpose, and where the right collaboration technology has reduced the time of cancer assessments from 7 weeks to 1 week. To sum it up, what I truly love about my job is that I get to connect people in buildings with purpose. I have been in this industry for a long time. Not all the way back to 1993, where our team released this device, but I've seen quite a few changes. I've seen the age of telepresence, the shift to unified communications, the move to cloud, hybrid work, and the last 10 years journey from basic machine learning to way more capable AI. And now, for sure, we are at a pivotal moment for everyone in this room. We're moving from the era of chatbots that intelligently answered our questions to agents that are our digital coworkers that conducts tasks and jobs now fully autonomously. And right around the corner, we have the era of physical AI, where robots and sensors will be sprinkled all around us. This has massive infrastructure implications. We have entered the era of the agentic workforce, where we still need to enable our people to collaborate, whether they are together in the office or somewhere remote. But increasingly, people and teams will also be reliant on their digital workforce to get things done. And these agents will need to communicate with each other to span systems, processes, and workflows. When all this flows effortlessly, it becomes what we in Cisco call connected intelligence. People think they have most of the tools they need already. But do they really? A global financial firm recently rolled out AI-powered tools across their workforce. Adoption was climbing, they started to see the productivity gain. But then one day, their CIO walked into a conference room in Singapore for a board meeting, and IT spent 13 minutes troubleshooting a display that wouldn't connect properly. In summary, the tools were intelligent, but the room was not. So, we believe there is a gap. There's a gap between what AI promises and what physical infrastructure currently delivers. So how many of you have walked into a room in your own building and spent the first 5 minutes fighting the technology? Yeah, I thought so. And here's what makes that truly remarkable. Every single one of you works with technology in one way or another. You sell it, you deploy it, you believe in it. And yet the friction in the room still wins. And that gap between what AI promises and what your physical infrastructure delivers, that is the problem this entire industry needs to solve. So, over the next 40 minutes, I'm going to try to answer this question. What would work look like if the room was just as intelligent as the people in it? And by the end of the session, I hope we have painted a picture of what the agentic workplace looks like. A place where your workplace technology thinks about the work that's happening and supports seamless interactions. Thinks. It adapts to your employees' needs to ensure comfort and productivity. And it acts on behalf of IT and facilities teams, detecting, diagnosing, fixing problems. Let's take a look.
The future of work is here. People and AI working side by side across every space with our intelligent devices. Cisco makes it easier than any other vendor to manage your spaces. With Cloud Control, you spend less time managing infrastructure and more time driving impact. Turn data into real decisions about how spaces are used in Workspace Advisor. Deploy devices in minutes with zero-touch provisioning, like the RoomKit Pro G2, which simplifies setups with AV over IP architecture that connects everything over a single cable. The Desk Pro G2, which turns every desk into a fully capable meeting environment. And the Board Pro G3, providing an all-in-one system for integrating AI into every brainstorm. All of these devices work with any meeting platform your teams already use. Plus, Cisco ships AI agents directly on these devices, like Director or Note Taker, powered by the latest NVIDIA chipset, always on, always working alongside your teams. That's the power of Cisco.
So, there you got a glimpse of what we have in stock for you today. Cisco's collaboration devices are the last mile of AI infrastructure in the workplace. It is the physical layer where everything Cisco builds becomes real for the people in the workplace. And what I want you to notice is not only the breadth of the portfolio, it is the consistency of the architecture beneath it. Every device an intelligent node on the network, every device feeding data back through Cisco Cloud Control, and every device getting smarter over time through software updates without replacing hardware. That's what it takes to build for the AI era. It's not a spec, it's a system. At Cisco, we are making the agentic workplace real for thousands of organizations worldwide. But as you might expect, Cisco is also customer zero for our own technology. And as you can see from these data points, the Cisco real estate footprint is a pretty decent playground for our team. Like most of you, we have initiatives to encourage return to office and optimize real estate. And we don't mandate office days at Cisco, so the office has to be worth the commute. A couple of years ago, one of our distinguished engineers, his name is Keith Griffin, he has the most patents in Cisco. He came up with this formula. Return of commute equals office value divided by the commute pain. And every employee is doing this math, whether they realize it or not. Prior to hybrid work, the commute was accepted. Now it has to be justified. And for a lot of people, the denominator has been winning. When we first returned to the office in Cisco, many of our buildings was not really worth the commute. Like our New York office right here. It was totally depressing. Look at this. We had done our best to block out natural daylight. I mentioned my love for architecture, right? Look at the bottom right of this picture. We managed to block out one of the most beautiful views of the Empire State in all of New York. Fortunately, for the last 5 years, we've been on a mission to consolidate and refresh our office real estate, and we started with Pen 1. When we reopened in 2022, it had been completely transformed. And New York became the blueprint for our real estate going forward. We created workplace standards that where we were able to kind of repeat those across our offices around the world. Even in Paris, where you see this mix of old protected buildings. They even say that this was the building where Napoleon's daughter lived back in the early 1800s. And new modern architecture. This posed some very interesting challenges for us to overcome. To the extent we say that if we can do it in Paris, we can do it anywhere. And every office is incrementally better than the previous. This is just like continuous deployment of software just in physical buildings. For example, London here, which opened like a year ago, it was the first office we redesigned specifically with neurodiversity in mind. So we have now refreshed more than 30 offices worldwide in the last 5 years, and we keep accelerating. And the key to success has been a real coordinated effort between our workplace resources, HR, and IT teams. And the result we're seeing is pretty amazing. We've had a 29% reduction in office real estate in key cities. We've saved more than 100 million annually, and energy consumption is down by 19%. All while increasing the number of collaboration spaces by 40% and obtaining the highest sustainability and employee well-being certifications with WELL and LEED. And during this process, we also started looking at how we could make rooms simpler to use, removing friction and automating key tasks. For the longest time, our mission has been distance zero, to eliminate the barriers of distance between people in a room like this and people anywhere remote. We addressed the initial hybrid work challenges by bringing edge AI, noise removal, intelligent framing to our devices. And then we added cloud AI services like transcription and summaries. Now, we're going much further. We're building AI agents into our RoomOS software to help users get work done. These agents are where the last mile of AI infrastructure becomes the most visible, because these are not features bolted onto a device. They're agents built into the architecture, running locally at machine speed, creating natural human interactions that are easy to follow. like the director agent, which is automatically choosing the right view at the right moment to make sure you follow where the action is in the meeting and you don't miss a beat. But better than me talking about it, because I'm already tired of my own voice, let's call our team in Oslo and give you a demo. Good morning, Oslo. Hello, Anne-Marie. Great to see you.
Good afternoon, Vegas. And welcome to Oslo, everyone. We're joining you guys from a large meeting room. We're using the RoomKit Pro G2 with the quad cam and an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Room Vision PTZ cameras and 2 Cisco Ceiling Microphone Pros. They're all connected through a Cisco Catalyst 9200 CX switch. It's easy. One click, single cable, AV over IP. So lots of stuff connected. Let's check out if all of this gear means more complexity in the meeting room.
Spoiler alert, it's actually really simple for us. If I just go ahead and enable dynamic mode, what I can do is just let the agentic director basically produce the rest of this meeting, which allows us to just get on with all of our conversations. Now, I'm imagining that all of you have already seen cross-view before, but remember, this is where we have multiple cameras that pick up different perspectives, and the agentic director picks out the most relevant one, like you saw just happening right now. This allows people to have conversations very naturally across the table.
Yes, so when I start to speak, you will see me. And remember, what is really driving this experience is that agentic director. It always makes sure that we get an amazing view from the room, and it also makes sure that the experience remains consistent, even when you have people sitting at the far end of the table.
Absolutely, Anne-Marie. I mean, consistency is absolutely key in this experience. It doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter how many people there are. The consistency is what's important, and this is something that other vendors just can't provide.
And that means that instead of one camera angle, you have a system dynamically choosing from several good ones. And that turns out to really matter when you want to make sure everyone in the room is seen and heard.
So with this, everyone feels like they're part of the meeting, if you're talking to someone sitting across the table from you or someone alongside the table.
And remember, the magic of this is all being done automatically. We don't have to think about anything. We can just get on with this meeting and let dynamic mode and the agentic director take over everything. And we've only shown you 4 out of the 6 Room Vision PTZ cameras that we have in here, but I don't want to spoil any surprises that we have, of course. So that's everything we're going to show you from this room here. Hopefully you can see just how easy it is with everything of AV over IP. Espen, back to you.
Thank you, team. Give them a big hand of applause. This demo still blows my mind. You saw how the agent seamlessly switched between camera angles in a large room with broadcast quality precision. This is not AI that assists. This is AI that acts. Another example. Oops, I'm ahead of myself here. Spoiler. Another example is our note-taker agent, now available across our devices and the WebEx app. It captures meeting summaries, it organizes and surfaces action items automatically. Also when it's just a local meeting in the room without any remote participants. In the agentic era, a meeting room that doesn't take notes for you is really quite useless. And now, to make these experiences come to life in every space, we had to solve for the historical complexity in meeting rooms. This is an example a sales leader sent me a year ago, and I'm sure you've all been to rooms like this. We call them Frankenstein rooms. Multi-vendor, multi-component hardware, software environments that are just too complex, difficult to install, they're difficult to use, they're difficult to maintain. Just look at all the remote controls in this room. So there's at least kind of 7 of them. This kind of complexity just kills scale. The agentic workplace needed a simpler, smarter, and more scalable architecture, and that's what we're giving you next. What you saw there is the RoomKit Pro G2, or as I call it, the beast. It's powered by Cisco RoomOS, of course, and our 4th generation NVIDIA module that you can see right here. This module is the most advanced Cisco has ever built. It has this beautiful NVIDIA Orin module here at the center, but it also has 892 other components to make the agentic workplace work in large spaces. It has 12 layers, as you can probably see when I turn it like this, and 37,000 microVS. It has 25 times the AI processing power of the previous generation. The Kit Pro G2 with this module makes agentic experiences possible when combined with our IP cameras and microphones, all connected with just one cable for power, media, and control. And if the 8 PoE ports is not enough for all of your peripherals, you can extend it endlessly with a Cisco switch. It is the most complete integrated AV over IP architecture available from the company that built the internet. This is also the first large room device ever built for the Microsoft device ecosystem platform for running Microsoft Teams rooms. It is the brain orchestrating the eyes and ears in your room, getting smarter all the time. So, the RoomKit Pro G2 solves any large and high-impact room. But what about all those smaller spaces? How do you build and create the ultimate express install for these? So, in addition to the video bars we build that sit on top of professional displays, we've invested in decades. You saw all the way back to 1993, 33 years we've invested in building integrated devices to transform these high-volume spaces into intelligent workspaces in a matter of minutes. And these are not just displays. These are agentic devices that actively participate in the meeting. They're based on the same core technology that we introduced now in the RoomKit Pro G2. And earlier this year, we introduced the Desk Pro G2, which is really kind of bringing this technology to all the small huddle spaces and personal spaces out there. And then just 2 weeks ago, we announced the Cisco Board Pro G3. Let's have a look.
The Cisco Board Pro G3 is your bridge to the agentic workforce, the physical AI layer in your workspaces, delivering dynamic meeting experiences and multi-camera setups powered by AV over IP and our Director Agent on the most interoperable platform, capturing notes and action items along the way. Whiteboarding has never been smoother, and with zero-touch provisioning, deployment at scale becomes effortless. Every space comes alive with real-time insights through embedded sensors and our Workspace Advisor Agent. Cisco Board Pro G3, the ultimate all-in-one device, built for the agentic workplace.
Okay, give it up for the G3 as well. Come on, it's there, it's beautiful. It deserves some applause. Now we get to the really, really fun and super scary part, where I go out on the limb and show you how everything we have just talked about is real. In less than 5 minutes, and I think for the first time ever, we will, on a stage, live, we will show you how we turn this very simple to install Board Pro G3 into a even more intelligent device for more advanced outcomes with immersive remote presentations. To help me, please welcome Anna Bieber to the stage.
Hey everyone, so you heard from Espen that we can do this under 5 minutes, but I think we can do it even quicker.
Are you sure?
Do you have a timer on you?
I have my phone.
All right.
So what do you say, like, what do I put the timer on?
Let's do 3 minutes from the moment I plug in the camera.
Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I heard the click.
The click is on, so that means that we have powered on the camera, and all you need is one Ethernet cable. And as you see, it does this little dance. Do you know what that means? So that basically means that it's doing its boot up sequence. It means that it's calibrating, it's understanding what it's connected to the board, and it's also connected to our management portal, Control Hub. And the same process applies to all of our peripherals, the navigators, the cameras, the microphones. I'm the product manager for the latter, so if you have any questions about that, you can come see me at the booth later on. But I'm rambling a little bit. How are we doing on time, Espen?
Let's see. You have about 2 minutes left.
All right, let's get back to work. So the first thing that we need to make sure is if the camera is properly connected. And so right now we see that the LED is flashing white, and that needs to stabilize before we can, or it needs to just be on, so we then make sure that it's connected. And there we have the cues.
Solid.
Yeah. So that means that we can go over and set up our presenter tracking. So what you do is you go into your settings and you go into the camera part of it. And then you have Room Vision PTZ presenter track setup. So we're going to continue, and the first thing that we need to do is set the stage area. So the stage is usually where all of our presenter walks naturally on stage and act as natural as possible in this type of setting.
Can we set it from where I'm standing then maybe, and where you're standing?
Yes, exactly. So we can walk across this entire stage. And the next thing we need to do is that we need to set up the trigger zone. So that's usually where people start. It's technically around the podium. You can do one or more zones, but for the sake of this demo, let's keep it simple and do one of these. So that seems to be perfect.
1 minute left now, Anna.
Oh, you're stressing me out here. Okay, I think we're good there. And we should be done. Do you want to give it a little twirl?
Are you confident? Oh, it's okay. Yeah. It's watching me.
Yes.
Let's see if it follows.
Does
it follow?
There
Does
we
it
go.
follow? Does it follow? All the way?
And there we go. Under 5 minutes.
Okay, that was actually 2 minutes, 20 seconds.
Plenty of time.
So we've had AI-powered, or initially it was ML-powered, but we've had intelligent presenter tracking for 10 years. But this is the first time we've installed it in less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Should Anna get an applause? So there you have it. Advanced, super advanced AV outcomes realized in minutes with a single cable connection and simple setup. So we now have the right solutions for every workspace. But how do you know which one is right for yours? This is where our workspace designer comes in. And this is already one of the most used tools in our portfolio. 14,000 customers, 40,000 blueprints downloaded since we released it a year ago. Okay, let's try again. It reduces the risk in the design and integration phase of planning, so that you don't need to make expensive mistakes on installation day. You design once, you validate everything, and then you can deploy with confidence. And if you haven't tried it, you should really start today. Intelligent workspaces that cannot scale operationally might as well just be a fancy demo. Control Hub inside Cisco Cloud Control manages the business of collaboration. Every user, every space, every policy, every insight in one place. We now have more than 2.3 million devices managed from there. Even our Microsoft Teams Rooms customers, 95% of them, of the MTR devices in our deployment, are managed in Control Hub in addition to Teams Admin Center. And with Control Hub, you get full visibility across your entire estate. But the challenge is often where to start. Where do you have the biggest issues in your workplace? What should you as IT or facilities attend to first? This is where workspace ranking helps you focus on what matters most, where you have your prioritized task list ready for you when you go in to the office in the morning, or from home, if for that matter. And then we have smart diagnostics that helps you understand what's wrong and how to fix it. And you can fix one device, or you can fix 1,000 at the same time automatically if you have multiple similar issues across your deployment. Then, my current favorite, Workspace Advisor, it takes things even further. It's where we're using the AI in our room systems and create a digital twin of your workspace and look for improvement opportunities that will help your users have an even better experience. Do you want to see what I mean? Rich, come and join me. Rich.
I'm super excited to be here, and I'm going to show you a little bit about Workspace Advisor. But as I log into that, instead of just showing Control Hub, what if we actually do a live call back to Oslo and really show the power of just how it works? So Espen, can you dial in to a meeting?
Yeah, well, I'm usually able to do that. Let's see.
And while Espen does that, actually, one of the things is quite interesting is if you've heard me before, I talk about adding 5,000 miles. And funny enough, I just looked this morning. We're 5,100 miles away from Oslo. So now we're going to actually now configure this device and look at this. So now, hey everyone, back in Oslo. Oh, that's some interesting situations happening there. So this room is called East Fjord. And actually in Control Hub here, you see on the screen, I can see the East Fjord room. And if I click onto that, we now get this Workspace Advisor. This is a digital twin of the workplace. And we can now see the room, and we can see some new issues and information. Before, you would have an issue with like a display or a issue with technology. Now we can actually see issues with the environment. That's what Workspace Advisor can really do. For example, we can see there's some camera coverage issues. And if we actually look at the room, I think there's someone in the corner over there that we can't fully see. So the thing is, that probably was installed correctly. Like at the time of installation, that room was configured, but day 2, day 300, day 700, furniture moves. How do we make sure that every single day we see that? So for example, we can go into the advisor and we can see it live here. The room, we see some red chairs. So we were able to fix that. And we can even see, for example, what the camera view looks like. So we can even see that live there as well. But I don't know, Jamie over there, if you guys have this agentic director mode, right? We can make this picture a little bit better.
Absolutely. Let me engage the director for you. What you're going to see is now the director is framing us, and it's removing any of that unwanted space, all of the empty seats.
Tim, you're missing someone. There was more people in the room. You're faking this.
Hang on, Espen, wait. Let me look at this here. We had a meeting zone issue, right? See, this is an issue here. The chairs at the back of the room not being captured. So someone has misconfigured meeting zone. So I can actually go in here, 5,000 miles away, change the length of the meeting zone so we can capture all of that and click save. Now, here comes the magic. Let's see. Set configuration. We're back there. There we go. So it doesn't matter if you're sitting on the table or at the table. Our director gives you the best experience possible. And Workspace Advisor is your tool, your agent to make sure your space every single day is ready for collaboration. Espen, back to you.
Wasn't that amazing? Give it up for Rich. So it's not just about the rooms and the collaboration technology. Another challenge that is facing organizations is the workplace itself. Real estate is expensive. Energy is very expensive these days. And most organizations still don't have great data points when it comes to how employees are using their offices. But we can, of course, help you with that as well. Every device in our portfolio is a data point in your network that is embedded with environmental and occupancy sensors. That means that you already have a sensor network across your building, every space. You just haven't been using it that way. There isn't a separate sensor deployment. You don't need third-party contracts. There isn't any additional infrastructure spend outside of what you already need. The data is already there, flowing back through Cisco Cloud Control, and the information becomes the foundation for every smart building decisions that you in IT or OT or facilities need to make, from optimizing your real estate to improving the employee experience. Let me now try to show you what that looks like in practice. And this is where I don't get any assistance on stage, so this is very scary. Okay, so hold on for a second as we travel back to our Cisco New York office. So here you have a live view of what's going on in New York today. It's a bit quiet for my taste, but hopefully all the salespeople are out selling. It's a Knicks parade, of course. Great point. Great point. So it's the Knicks parade, so we have quite a few available offices or rooms actually. So if now I wanted to kind of have find a room for my team, I could go here to one of the green ones, for instance, kind of here in Williamsburg Bridge. It has 14 seats, has great environmental conditions currently, and I could, someone just went into the room, occupied it. That was actually not part of the demo, but I think it just shows you kind of how, I would say, how dynamic this is, right? Because this isn't only the booked space. This immediately acts on someone just walking into the room and using the space ad hoc. See there? Someone went out again. But instead of kind of, so I could now try to, now I could actually book it again. If I press the hold button, oh well. Someone's really pulling my leg here now. Anyways, if I want to, okay, let's see. Queensborough then. If I want to hold that room, I push the blue button and I hold it for 3 minutes. I get a wayfinding on my phone to get there. And then if I'm in there within 3 minutes, I get to keep that space for as long as I want. But let's go and look at something happening in a red room here. Okay, here in Manhattan Bridge, we have 9 out of 14 seats are occupied. There's still good indoor air quality. Temperature is good, all of that, right? So many times I think you have experienced that in a room with 9 people for many, many hours, air quality tends to kind of drop, right? And traditionally, HVAC systems used, and they're still mostly using thermostats to regulate temperature. But these are reactive systems. By the time the thermostat changes, the room is already very uncomfortable, as all of you have felt many, many times. But now we can proactively trigger the HVAC in real time. Do you want to see that? Because for the very first time, we have brought an HVAC unit on stage. It's right over here. It's not designed by our team. We did not receive any IF awards for this, I believe. But let's now see what happens to the HVAC when I'm walking into the room. So now let's pretend that I'm in New York. I'm walking into a room that is available. It could be ad hoc. I could have kind of pre-booked it. And I walk into the room. The room is currently in energy savings mode. Of course, you don't want to cool or heat rooms that are not being used. So it tells me that. But now it realizes that there's one person in the space. It starts to optimize for productivity and good air quality. And have a look at what's going on over there. The HVAC has turned itself on. Give the HVAC some applause. So that is smart building automation in action. The result, busy rooms receive fresh, cool air, employees get a better experience, and your rooms consume less energy, and you save money. This is a simple example of what happens when collaboration devices become intelligent sensors in your workspace. And your workplace infrastructure starts working as one connected system. It's about making every square foot of the workplace smarter. Now, of course, your workplace has to support the technology and the platforms that people already use, whatever collaboration tools they need. And at Cisco, we are very committed to supporting users with the best possible experience, whether they are WebEx, a Microsoft Teams, a Zoom, or a Google customers. 3 years ago, we started and released our partnership that has seen Cisco devices become the fastest growing Microsoft Teams ecosystem player, helping enterprises scale their deployments rapidly. And just yesterday, we announced the next step in our partnership with Zoom, where we're now also bringing native Zoom Rooms experience to the Cisco devices. So for customers, this is all about flexibility and choice. And for IT, it's about having the same enterprise-grade hardware, the same leading room-aware software, and the same leading management, insights, and assurance platform. But more than simply enabling great end-user experiences with our Edge AI, we're taking it further. We're announcing how we're extending the value of Cisco Cloud Control with integrations into the third-party tools that IT professionals already use every day. Tools like Amazon QuickSuite or Microsoft Copilot. So now I want you to pay really good attention, and maybe the demo already played, so I want to do it again. Can we go back? Okay, probably broke everything now. Okay, have a look at this. So here in Copilot within Microsoft Teams, we are asking our agent to compare 2 different rooms in Oslo. One of the rooms you just saw on the demo, and then a second room. And what pops out in 30 seconds is insights that you really wouldn't have been able to go to if you weren't like sifting through spreadsheets, looking at different dashboards. It gives you super precise and actionable insights when it comes to how your space is actually being used. You see that one of these spaces, which is a space for 8 people, is mostly used for 3. And it's mostly used for ad hoc meetings. It clearly signals that this room should be divided in 2 so that your teams have more huddle spaces. So, and you just asked a question with your own natural language, and you get to this. It's a total game changer. There's nobody I would rather have up here to talk about industry partnerships than the next person joining the stage. Please welcome my good friend from Microsoft, Ilya Bukshin.
Thank you for having me, Espen. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us,
Good morning,
Ilya.
everyone. Still morning for like 2 more minutes.
It is, and you're in a hurry. You had an amazing keynote yesterday.
Thank you.
It's just amazing to see how aligned we are, particularly when it comes to workspaces.
Yes.
Which you revealed that that's still your pet favorite.
It's always going to be my favorite child, yes.
And you've described this yourself as the era of the agentic coworker. What does that actually look like in practice?
Well, first of all, again, I just want to say how gratifying it is to see the fruits of this partnership with your whole keynote, having an MTR behind you, the only MTR that I know of that is HVAC connected, real time. It's so cool when you do the remote demos with Oslo, because it feels like a family dinner for me now, because I know everybody, I know all the stars on screen.
And you know all the dogs?
Yes, that's right. Oh my God, so yeah, it's my favorite. So it's an amazing partnership. And I think, as you said, the strength of the partnership is shown in the alignment of the vision. So what is the agentic workplace? Well, it's a workplace where all of us get more time to use our human creativity to drive business outcomes because we spend less time doing things like sitting outside of a meeting room to see if it needs to be divided. Just like what you showed with Copilot, you know, that is an agent that is effectively doing a room sweep for you, but it's doing it using the eyes and the ears from Cisco in that room.
And it's even fun doing it, right?
Yeah, and it has fun doing it. That's right.
So Microsoft and Cisco, we're running now Teams rooms together on MDEP certified devices. And our partnership is just getting stronger every day. What's the next problem we should solve for our customers?
I think, and I think you agree, that we should help our customers make every space an amazing collaboration space with ambient AI. So whether it's the demo you showed of a meeting in progress and being able to make that more inclusive via the cloud, or what I showed yesterday of having facilitator with room skills tell you about how ready the room is, or help you with common tasks like sharing your screen. I think the future is any of us, the two of us, being able to walk into any space, start brainstorming, start driving outcomes, and know that we have all of the knowledge of our organization and frankly the world available to us just a word away.
I can't wait. And it's becoming a reality as we speak with our teams, right? So managing, we talked about the user experience. What about the management experience? Managing this at scale is getting harder, especially as AI agents become part of the IT environment. How do you think about giving IT the visibility and control they need, and how can they do more with the resources they have?
Yeah, I think it starts with us in the industry, and that includes all the partners out here, acknowledging that this is on us to solve. I had the privilege of being at Cisco Live a couple of weeks ago, right here in Vegas, and Snorre invited me to the executive track, 100 leaders, and I asked a very simple question. How many of you have all the people that you need to meet all of your needs for the workplace? Not a single hand went up. That's on us. So I think we need to give everybody in this audience whose job it is to deploy systems, to manage, monitor, make them better, virtual teammates, to multiply all of you with a workforce that you manage that does virtual room sweeps, uses the eyes and ears in the room to help you know what has to happen, automatically fixes issues. That's something that we're going to continue to talk about together.
Indeed. You have your next meeting at the other part of the convention center in 30 seconds. Do you want one more question, or do you need to run?
Go. Okay, let's do it.
So let's just do a final one. So Copilot, it started as a summary tool. It's clearly becoming something way bigger. As AI agents are starting to work across platforms, what are the changes for IT teams and for the people that are doing actual work?
Yeah, I think if there's one thing I hope to leave you all with, and this is such an important industry. The reason I've been working in this a little bit less long than Espen, but close, is because I love that we help connect people and businesses. The work all of you do brings us closer together. We need that today more than ever. But what we can do is changing. So I hope that all of you take away that the job's not done. We need to raise our ambitions. It's not enough to just say someone can see and hear people in a space. We need to raise our ambitions beyond good enough, and in this age, aim for what I refer to as ambient AI. Aim for experiences that help people drive outcomes, not just tools that they could use, real business outcomes faster and better. And I think that is going to be a combination of what we do together for IT and what we do together for users.
Thank you so much, Silja, for the partnership, for sharing your wisdom here at stage, and safe travels back to Seattle tonight.
Thank you, Espen. Thank you all.
Give it up for Ilya. So, with that, let's wrap it up. We are at the moment in this industry where the decisions you make in the next 12 months will define your workspace for the next decade. You came to Infocom this week to figure out what's next, and I would argue that you just saw it. The opportunity now, as Ilya also referred to, is for all of us to close the gap between the AI in your business and the spaces where your people work every day. The good news is that the technology is here today. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. We would love to continue the conversations with absolute every one of you. Come find us at the show floor. Our team is there. Cisco, booth number 62. Thank you.